Have you ever looked at a massive banana plantation and wondered how it spread so fast without planting a single seed? This multiplication happens through vegetative reproduction. It is a form of asexual reproduction, allowing plants to naturally clone themselves to populate an environment incredibly quickly. This animation shows the underlying cellular logic. The process relies entirely on mitosis. A single parent cell divides into two genetically identical daughter cells. There is no mixing of genetic material from two parents, and zero gametes involved. By bypassing pollination, the plant avoids spending massive amounts of energy growing flowers, producing nectar, or waiting for the wind. It redirects all that energy into rapidly colonizing the soil, the moment environmental conditions are favorable. To execute this rapid spread, plants have evolved specific anatomical tools. A common mistake is assuming everything growing underground is a root. In reality, plants achieve natural cloning primarily through modified stems. Take the Irish potato tuber or the ginger rhizome. If you look closely, those tiny indentations, the potato's eyes and the rhizome's nodes, are actually dormant stem buds packed with starch. They are pre-programmed to execute mitosis and sprout new leaves. Bananas and matoke use a different structure called a sucker. These are essentially basal branches that shoot up from the parent plant. As they push upward, they independently sprout their own root systems into the soil. Whether it is a tuber, a rhizome, or a sucker, these natural structures all serve the exact same biological purpose. They are highly adapted stems waiting to trigger local cell division. Humans have hijacked these exact biological mechanisms to scale up agriculture, starting with the simple method of stem cuttings. Farmers take a piece of a stem, like this cassava, and plant it directly into the ground. This schematic shows the invisible biological trigger at work. The moment the stem is cut, the plant responds to the injury by rushing a hormone called auxin to the wounded end. This concentration of auxin signals the existing stem cells to differentiate and physically transform into new root tissue. But this only works if you understand the anatomy. Look at the nodes on this cassava stem. Predict what happens to the internal plumbing if you plant this cutting upside down. If you plant it upside down, you fatally disrupt the vascular flow. The plant's internal system tries to send water and nutrients in the wrong direction. The nodes fail to orient correctly, and no roots form. For high-value fruit trees, farmers use a more complex method, grafting. This is literal vascular surgery to physically stitch two different plants together. The top half is the scion, selected because it produces a highly desired fruit. The bottom half is the rootstock, chosen for its tough, disease-resistant root system. To successfully combine them, specific growth tissues called the cambium layers must touch perfectly. As the wound heals, the internal vascular tubes, the xylem and phloem, physically fuse together. Two distinct plants now function with a single circulatory system. By manipulating plant hormones and cellular healing, artificial vegetative reproduction allows agriculture to custom-build the perfect high-yield crop. But this high-speed cloning comes with a massive built-in risk for real-world farming. Because every single plant in a vegetatively reproduced field shares the exact same DNA, they share the exact same vulnerabilities. If a farmer takes a cutting from a plant carrying cassava mosaic disease, the resulting clone is guaranteed to be infected. This split-screen model contrasts that vulnerability against a sexually reproduced field. By mixing DNA from two parents, offspring gain high genetic variation. When a virus enters, this genetic diversity acts as an immunological shield. Some plants possess natural resistance and survive. This table maps the differences. Asexual reproduction needs one parent, offers zero genetic variation, acts fast, and requires low energy. Sexual reproduction demands two parents, creates high genetic variation, is slower, and needs high energy. Take a screenshot now. It's your definitive cheat sheet. Asexual reproduction is a brilliant tool for rapidly colonizing soil and maintaining crop quality year after year. But true ecological resilience, the ability to survive pathogens and changing climates, will always require the genetic diversity of sexual reproduction.